Hey, how's it going today? It is me, Captain Energy, and today we're taking a look at the CyDrum and the SMPLTrek together. And the reason we're looking at both these devices is because one of my subscribers contacted me and asked, how can I use these together? How can I sync them together? And I'm just going to show you one easy way to do that so that you can drive the SMPLTrek as an instrument and the CyDrums as your drum machine, essentially. Now the SMPLTrek has got a lot of power, and I generally use this as the main, my main device. As far as when I'm syncing things, I usually use this as the clock. But in this case, I'm going to use the CyDrums because they are a drum machine, and typically when you're hooking up a bunch of things that are sharing a clock, usually drum machines have a very accurate clock. So you would use the drum machine as the clock as opposed to using the clock on something else. In this case, it's kind of moot because honestly, if I were to guess, I would say these are probably the exact same hardware inside. And the difference is primarily the software that's driving what they do. So I don't think the clock is going to be any more reliable in one than the other. I'm just doing it with the CyDrums as the clock for the simple reason it just makes the most sense. If this kind of content, by the way, is stuff that you like, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully this is something that's helpful to you. So, all right, let's take a look here. First of all, what you need to do is you need to tell the CyDrums that they're kind of in charge. So I'm going to just jump out here for a second to the main window here for the system. So I press function and I'm going down and hit system. Boom. That takes me right to this menu here, the system menu. I want to be there on both systems. Okay. Now, one thing drives me a little kind of crazy in a way is that it seems like each of these devices, the buttons are always different. Now, they look the same, but they are not the same. Like, for example, system is here on the play button. The play button is, one from the left here. Here, the play button is all the way to the left. System is way over here under the house. Okay, so you know what you're looking for. They're just in different places. So I'm just going to go over here. We're going to go get out of this. It doesn't record. Hit home. Hit function system. And here we are. Both systems are on the system menu now. Now I'm going to take this down to MIDI. They're both on MIDI. Right, MIDI here, MIDI there. I'm going to hit OK, and we're just going to compare settings so we can see what's happening here. Right now I'm going to go into config on both of these. Okay, so both on config, and that should be enough to get us going. Here we go. First, what we want to do on the CyDrum is I'm going to turn that off because I don't have anything coming in MIDI. I could use, if I wanted to have a keyboard or something hooked up here, like some drum pads or something else, I could turn MIDI on. Or bring it in by USB, whatever. I'm just leaving that off for now. Don't need it. Okay. Now on this side, on the SMPLTrek, I'm going to tell it that MIDI input is coming in from MIDI. I could do USB and MIDI. I had it on USB and MIDI. I'm just going to go from MIDI. So that's saying, hey, I'm expecting something to come in on this MIDI wire. And there will be something because the clock is going to get transmitted from the CyDrums to the SMPLTrek. That will keep these units in time. All right. Over here we have on the CyDrum, we have out to, and I'm going to put that on MIDI. So now it's saying I'm going to send my signal out of this system to, on this MIDI cable over to here. This one on out, I don't really need it on anything. I can just turn that off. But it was set right now to USB and MIDI. I'm going to turn that off. We don't need it. We're going to leave transmit note to off because we don't want to send the notes over, because if we were playing one of these instruments here, we don't want the instrument notes to be transmitted over here and trigger notes on the SMPLTrek. We just want the clock to flow. Okay. Transmit CC, I left that on in case there was something going on with the way it transmits clock. I haven't really experimented with that. That might not need to be on. But over here on the SMPLTrek, I have transmit note turned off also. I have transmit CC turned off. I'm going to press this button here, the black, this little button 2 on both these, and this will take us to the next screen. Okay. Let's go over here, and here we have clock out. I'm turning it on the CyDrum. Okay. Here on the SMPLTrek, I have it turned off. So the clock is going to be coming from here, coming over here. This guy is, we want to reply and respond to this clock specifically. So let's see, here we go. My out is set to, or my out through is set to out, not to through. It could go either way depending what you're doing. In this case, I have it set to out because I'm sending information. If I just wanted this clock to carry through the SMPLTrek to another device, to the next device, I could set that to through. If I wasn't sending any notes and I just wanted the clock to get over there, set it to through, and the signal would just go boom, boom, and just right out to the next unit. See what I'm saying? See, so I got command CMD turned off. I've got PC turned to transmit over here, and I've got that turned off here, which is program change. Actually, I don't need that over here either. I'm going to turn that off. All right, and we're just going to hit this button one more time. This should take us back to the first page. So let's go back to the system menu on both systems. And now we're just going to check out the clock. So go up to clock here, and we'll go up to 2 on here to clock. Press OK, OK. And now what I want to do is be sure that the clock is set so that it's set to the internal clock here on the CyDrum, and it's set to MIDI on the SMPLTrek. That means the CyDrum is making the clock and the SMPLTrek is just following. If these aren't matched up, what you're going to end up with is this, the SMPLTrek, they won't sync up. They'll be, the time will be off and all that kind of, everything will be wrong with it. If you have 2 sources, they won't work. If there's no source, they won't work. It's got to have 1 source and the rest are destinations for the time. Okay. I'm leaving the LED on for blinking the time here, and I'm going to leave this polarity the same. We have the polarity in, polarity out, both set to rise. That determines if the clock syncs on the up or the down beat, because every clock has a, you know what I mean? And depending where you want it to sync, on the down or the up is where you change. I'm just leaving it so it's going on the upbeat, okay? All right, and now we should be good. If I go over here, go to home, and we'll go to, also, it just doesn't work quite the same on that, so we'll just go, there we go. We're back out to the main part here, main screen. All right, and now what I want to do is I'm just going to go over here, and we're just gonna, I'm going to clear this instrument right there, and I'm just going to, all right, so I've got like an electric guitar sound loaded up there. I'm just going to change that, I think, to something a little less aggressive. There we go. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I'm going to basically program this to play on the offbeat of the kick. So I'm just going to hit a note that I want to hear. I don't know. And I'm going to go down to the note first, and then we'll do it that way. Boom. And now we're good. All right. And now if I press play, nothing happens, right? But we need to hit that play button for this to basically be ready to play. So now we go over here. If I stop it, we're good. You do need to hit the play button so it's kind of ready to lock in. You can hear that metronome beeping. The metronome is coming from the CyDrum, and the bass drum is coming over here. So let's turn that metronome off. Sorry, the metronome's not coming from the CyDrums. The metronome's coming from the SMPLTrek. CyDrum has the metronome turned off already. So let's go over here real quick. Function metronome. And I'm just going to turn that off. Okay. Now if I press play, back over here. All right. And now let's go back out to paths here. Oh, I do know what's wrong. Okay, hold on. I forgot about one thing. Yep. All right, what I forgot to do was I've got this audio feeding out of the CyDrum into the SMPLTrek. Okay. I'm going to leave this in here because this is a good little example of how things don't always go perfect. The reason you're not hearing is because I forgot to enable the input on the SMPLTrek. So let's go over here and fix this. We want to go to input source. So to do that, we're going to record source right here, function, record source, and see how you see the little lights blinking but you don't hear anything? That's because I didn't turn monitor on. So, all right, let's just turn that down. All right, that'll work. And now let's try this again. And now you can see that they're synced up and working together. Now this is just one little example. Where you go from here is up to you. I mean, we get the idea. I don't need to get crazy. But that was just a little example of how to sync these two up together. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll be glad to help you out. And I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. Enjoy making music with your CyDrum and SMPLTrek. Talk to you later. Bye for now.